kids, today I want to show you a way to center larger amounts of clay, because often the limiting factor in how much you can throw is how much can you center. And while this will be 6 pounds of clay, and while I could probably muscle around this, well, not probably, I'm sure I could muscle around 6 pounds of clay if I wanted to. It's going to be much easier. And the beauty part of this is there's not really any upper limit, besides, I suppose, just the limit of the wheel, how much you can throw. So what I'm going to do is center this 3-pound ball and then scrape it all nice and smooth and dry with my rib, and then plop another 3 pounds on top of it. And like I said, there's not really any upper limit for how much I can throw. So if I wanted to throw, you know, a 25-pound platter, you know, I could put the whole block of clay right on the wheel and center that, and it would be messy and difficult. Or I could go 5 and 5 and 5 and 5 and 5, and that would be much easier and faster. So let's get started here. So one reason that I have started to do this is because last fall I started using a different wheel. This is a Whisper Light, which has been a nice wheel and quite quiet. That's the main advantage over my 20-year-old Pacifica, which is still going strong, but makes a loud grinding sound now when I use it. But the Whisper Light is quiet, and it is physically quite light. It's less than 50 pounds, which is great when I have to move it up the stairs. But when I have to do a really large ball of clay, sometimes the wheel itself will shift forward or will even lift up a little bit. So if I do this in smaller amounts, I can get around that limitation. So this is centered, and I'm going to take my flexible metal rib and scrape all the wet slurry clay off the surface. And when I say all, I mean all, not most. I want it as dry as it was when it came out of the bag. The other thing that I want it to have either a little bit of a dome to it or to be completely flat. What I don't want is for it to be a little bit convex, because then I'm risking that I'm going to trap air in between the 2 balls of clay. So if I take my second one, I want to make sure there's no little folds or wrinkles anywhere on that, and just slapped it with my wet hand. I want to make sure there is no water on that. Stop the wheel and plop that on top of my centered ball. Then I'm just going to go back to my centering position, but instead of with my left hand on the wheel, I'm just going to cup my hand around the second ball, and I'm pushing down, and that will help adhere the 2 balls together. And that is already on center. So you can see how much faster and easier that was than, you know, coning way up to 6 pounds and bringing it down. Anyway, so I hope that helps you, and if you've been struggling with larger balls of clay, this is a way around that.